With just one game to go, the league title has already been won, taking the number of titles that we have now to 3. And today, in our final game, it's all about young players. But really this episode is about the Champions League, and will we qualify from our group on top? And what happens next? Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to the Road to Glory, part 23, Club 2, here at Hiroshima in Japan. And we have just finished our second season at Hiroshima and our third season in total. And we have added another title to our impressive record of winning a title every season. And so, as you can see, as we come to the last game of the season, the title was won very shortly after the last episode finished. And we've now played 37, won 30, drawn 6, lost 1, and we have 96 points. We have not got an unbeaten record throughout the season. Just that one defeat has spoiled that unbeaten record. But we live to fight another day. And although the title has been won, it is about youngsters today, and we're going to be playing our final game of the season against Shonan, who are in 15th, and they're a team that we should be beating. And so we're going to play a young team against them, see how this team gets on, and hopefully get a look at what kind of young players we've got coming in for the future. And maybe they'll get a good result for us. But the result today against Shonan is irrelevant. What is relevant is the Champions League. And we will be playing our final game also in our Champions League group, and that will be against Buriram of Thailand. We are currently 3 points ahead in our ACL group, and a victory or a draw today will see us qualify in first place. And that will mean, I guess, a better draw for us, although we really don't know what happens at this stage in the Champions League. And with the season finishing and being closed for around about 2 months, and I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of football played by this Hiroshima team during what would be the summer break in Europe. They have 2 months off now, but I think we're going to be playing in our Champions League throughout this 2-month break. And so it's going to be very, very interesting what happens over the course of the next few weeks and over the course of the transfer window. But before we get into today's games, if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, then I can tell you, you are definitely in the right place. So why not hit that like button, click the subscribe button, hit the bell so you'll receive notifications every time we upload a video. And so, having said that, let's have a look at what's happened on the pitch since you were last with us. And when you were last with us, you saw us failing to win the title at that very early stage in October, where we were held to a 2-2 draw away at Kashima. In the Champions League group stage after that, we beat Bashandura Kings by 12 goals to 0, and that was an absolutely shock result. And Takada scored 4 goals in that game, and what a performance it was from everybody who played in that game. And following that, we played our next game at home to Urawa in the J1 League, and a game where we won the title, beating them by 3 goals to 0. And that we followed by a 2-0 away victory at Sapporo before we beat Viettel from Vietnam in our Champions League group by 4 goals to 0. And then the penultimate game of the Japanese League against Kyoto, we won by a goal to 0. So that brings us to today's games. We will be playing our final game in the J1 League with nothing to play for except to have a look at how good these youngsters are going to be in the future. And then we'll play our final Champions League game against Buriram from Thailand, and we'll be wondering what happens next. And hopefully at the end of that we'll have some news about where we go from here during what would be the European summer break. But overall, it has been a very, very good season. And as you can see, we've played 37 matches. We have scored 86 goals. We have conceded only 25, which makes us the best team in terms of defensive play in the league. And if we look at the stats more generally, you can see that we have had the most points per game. Well, of course, because we won the title quite easily. And then we've scored the most goals, 86 goals in 37 matches. Been a very, very good attacking performance this season. We did have the most possession, 58% possession. Although quite interestingly, we don't have the best pass completion, and we are not even listed in that statistic. So it's quite interesting that how those two don't seem to go together. But I'm quite happy having the best possession throughout the season. And then defensively, we've had the most clean sheets during the season with 37 matches, 17 clean sheets. That's an absolutely phenomenal performance by our defence. And we have conceded the fewest goals, 25 in 37 matches. In terms of the squad, it's been an absolutely outstanding season. And you can see all the way down that we have this green row of players who've achieved over 7 as an average rating, and the best of those is Kaneko, who, although he has only played 23 games, has come out with an average rating of 7.51, and he's been exceptional every time he has taken to the field. Muali at left back has got an average rating of 7.48, and Tono, who we gave a new contract reluctantly to at the beginning of the season, and he has gone on to prove his value, and in his 40 appearances he's got an average rating of 7.36. In terms of goals scored this season, it is shared out, and Tono has actually achieved the best performance in terms of goals scored, of 20 goals, 11 assists in his 21 appearances, 19 off the bench, and his average rating 7.36. He's been the standout performer this season for me. Suzuki has chipped in 39 appearances, 3 off the bench, 17 goals and 7 assists. Not as good as I would liked him to have been, but he's come out at the end of the day with an average rating of 7.05. Endo has 13 goals, and Mitsuda has 12 goals, with Ezequiel coming in 5th with 8 goals. The rest spread out among the players. In terms of the assists, Lee Dong-gwon has 12 assists, Mitsuda 11 assists, Tono 11 assists, Toshima 10 assists, and in 5th, Kaneko with 9 assists. Just want to have a quick look at some of the players, some of the young players that we have developing here at this club, and a couple of players spring to mind. And the first of those would be Hiroki Takada, who is now 18 years old. I thought he was 16, but I've missed a year of his development. He is now 18 years old, plays as a striker. He's going to be a very, very good player. He has an average rating of 7.01, but his recent form, where he's been playing quite a bit, his recent form is 7.44. He has 7 goals to his name in his 4 appearances, 13 off the bench, and he has had a very good season as far as I am concerned. Somebody who has been playing a lot off the bench is Dai Hayashi. And he is a defensive mid. He's a deep line playmaker. He's also had a very, very good season. He's only come in at a 6.95. He's played 3 times, had 8 off the bench. But just lately, his last 5 games where he's played more, he's got an average rating of 7.3. These are 2 players that I'm absolutely thrilled with their development. And I'm hoping they're going to be tremendous players for Hiroshima in the future, even if I'm not here. It's going to take us a little while, I think, to win the Asian Champions League, so there's no reason why I won't be able to see them develop. The only worry, of course, that I have is that bigger clubs from Europe will come along and poach them, as is the case with what happened with our young central defender earlier this season, Yokoyama. And so we're going to get on with things now. We've got 2 games to play, and I'm really anxious to find out what happens at the end of the season. Let's get these games underway. I'll get the team ready for the game against Shonan away. We'll be right back before the kickoff. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today in this game, the final game of the season, it has no relevance except that we want to have a look at our 2 very, very promising young players today. And hopefully we will finish the season in the way that we expect to finish the season, with a good win. And in goal we have Nagoshi with Matsuda, Fuji, Ito and Muali at the back, with Hayashi, Notsuda, Toshima in midfield, with Tono, Mitsuta and Takada up front. It is a rotated team a little bit, and we've decided to rest players like Endo and Lee Dong-gwon, and hopefully though we will get a good result from this team today, and that they will perform in the way that we expect them to. no excuses today for not winning this game. Shonen are not a great team, and they are towards the bottom of the league. I'd like to win this, despite the fact that we have two very young players, Daihu Hayashi, who's just 17, and Takada, who has just turned 18. And so hopefully we'll have good games from them. We'll have good games from the rest of the players. And it is now about going out there, make me proud. Let's get a good result, although it is Shonen who are going to get the game underway. And I just want to check that we are in key highlights. Yes, we are. So it does mean that there is a key highlight at the beginning of the match, which is always a worry. But we have turned the ball over, but it's been turned over again. And it is Shonen with the ball. And we need to take the ball off them. We need to turn it over because it will result in a shot on goal. And here is Mitsuta. Mitsuta bringing it forward, looking to find Toshima. Toshima on the right wing today. He's looking to drive forward. Can he get across into the box? He's a bit isolated there, but he gets past his man. Can he get it across it into the box? Yes, he can. It's to the far post. It's a header by Tono, and Tono has made it 1-0 to Hiroshima, continuing his good form. And what a good run that was down the right by Toshima. A great cross, and the goalkeeper came for it. He didn't make it. It is a check. I think it's got to be a goal because it was crossed from the byline, and Toshima did extremely well. He took it to the byline, and Tono, there was a possibility that he had got himself offside. He did recover. It is Hiroshima 1-0 up against Shonen. At this point he's offside, but it's the left defender who's putting him onside. The goalkeeper made a complete hash of that. And we are looking particularly good again today. 2 shots, 2 on target. We've had 60% of the possession. We are looking like we are the better team at this point in time. We do have another corner, and it's Natsuda to take the corner. Natsuda to the near post. It's headed out. Can't get hold on the end of it. It comes to Ito. Ito, he finds Dai Hayashi. Hayashi hits the crossbar with a shot. He does like to have a go. A long-range shot, Hayashi, 17 years old. He's not lacking confidence. And what a shot. What a great effort, hitting the crossbar. That was very unfortunate. And both these players, they're not playing too badly. I think they're a little bit nervous, a bit apprehensive, both of them. They don't start very often. And this is a chance for them to start. It is a chance for them to show what they've got. Tono has picked up a little injury by the look of it, and it probably needs to come off. That's not great with the Champions League coming up in a few days, few weeks time. I'm not quite sure when the knockouts will start, and that's going to be something that's going to be interesting to see at the end of this episode, what actually happens now. But it looks like Shonen are passing the ball around brilliantly, and we are not playing very well at all. And I wonder if we need to put more pressure on them, if we need to change things in the second half. We're not actually pressing them. We're not putting him under any pressure at all at the moment. Just trying to focus on our own game, pass the ball around, keep possession. But if they're going to try and pass through, then I think we need to possibly up the tempo on them a little bit. And I just want for the moment to tell them to keep going. They weren't that bad. And hopefully we'll get a second goal early in the second half and we'll put this game to bed. We are still the better team, although we have lost the possession battle at the moment. We're still passing the ball around, but it is Shonen at the moment who look like they might be coming back into this game. And so I think I am going to have to do something in terms of how we are approaching this game. And probably that means just put them under a little bit more pressure than we're doing at the moment and pinch the ball off them. And in fact, I'm going to do that now. It doesn't look great. We're going to counter press them. And I think we will we're going to up the line and try to put them under a little bit more pressure, try to play the game in their half a little bit, because we are the better team and we're actually just letting them come at us at the moment. And they're all playing very well. I can't say it's because we're playing youngsters. They're playing very well. But we need to get our foot on the ball, which we've done. And that was better pressure. But we've lost the ball again. And it is a bit of a concern. We are not looking great at this point in time as Shonen look to bring the ball forward. We need to stay focused in defence. We've been defending extremely well, of course. But this is not looking good. I'm not too happy. They are passing the ball beautifully. They were bound to score. They have scored. The referee is checking off for offside, and he did look offside to me. It's just when he made his run. But I'm not happy with this team. They're not playing very well. It has been disallowed. I'm going to shout at them just simply because I like shouting at the team. He did look offside. Yeah, he was a long way offside. But we are playing very, very poorly at the moment. I'm going to shout at them and tell them I want more from them. They're not playing very well. We've had most of the match momentum. It's just not working our way at the moment. I'm going to go and make some changes. And so we have made our changes, but I think these team instructions are all wrong at the moment, and maybe I'm going to up the pressure on them a little bit more, and I'm going to ask the boys to counter-attack. It is a set piece for Shonan. If we allow this to continue, they are going to score eventually. That is one thing that is absolutely for sure. If we allow it to go this way, they will score. And I'm now going to ask the boys to counter-attack. I want us to take the game to them now, in essence, because it just looks like we're lethargic. I want us to be a little bit more aggressive as Muali finds space in the box. That's a chance. And Suzuki, who's come on for Takada, has put it over the bar. It was easier to score then, and he blazed it over the bar. Luckily, the Shonan have not been very good, and they haven't created very much. We have been terrible, in all fairness, and we're going to have to up our game in the Champions League against Buriram next. But we've been pretty poor. Free kick floated into the box, comes out to Endo. Endo hits the post, and it's the second time we've hit the woodwork. And it goes. And one more substitution to make. I think Toshima is very tired. We will take Toshima off. I don't actually have anybody that I can bring on. I think I'm going to have to go and look at this a little bit more carefully. And yes, we were able to bring Kolka on. Kolka, who's had actually a very, very good season. We have won this game, but I'm not very happy with the performance. It was not a great performance. We did play a couple of youngsters, but that is no excuse. We're happy with the result, but we were not at our best, and that's what we have to tell this team. It was not great, but we have won the league, and we have won the league by 12 clear points, and Yokohama obviously won their final game. They beat Yokohama FC, a local derby, by 3-2, but we've kept our 12-point gap at the top of the league, and we just have one game to go now this season. We have to play our final game in the Champions League group against Buriram of Thailand. If we beat them or we draw, then we will finish on top of our group. If we lose, I'm not quite sure how it will pan out because we will be level on points. The thing to do is to go there and win or draw, and let's get the result that we need. And so I'll go and get the team ready for that very important game. We'll play that game then, and then we'll find out what happens next in the Champions League. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the final group game of our Champions League group against Buriram from Thailand. Can we win it? Can we finish on top? A draw would be good enough. So we're going to go out there. We're going to play positive, but we're going to play a little bit cagey as well. And we have Nagoshi in goal. We have Abdulhamid, Fuji, Ito and Muali at the back. Notsuda, Toshima and Kaneko in midfield, with Endo, Matsuta and Suzuki will play up front. We have a pretty strong bench as well, so if things are not going well, we have the team that we can bring on off the bench, and hopefully we can do some damage to this Buriram team. We did beat them in the first leg that we play in our first group game against them, but it was only a 0-0 after we had got off to what looked like a great start. I'm hoping for a better start today. I'm hoping for a good start today, which we have had. We've had most of the possession. We've had the only shot and the only shot on target. Let's get some goals early on. Let's put this game to bed early. Let's win our group and see where this goes after this. I'm really anxious to find out what happens next, and winning the group will ensure that we are in the best place in terms of the Champions League. But at the moment, nothing seems to be happening. There's no highlights at all in this first half, and it does suggest it's going to be a very tight affair. Buriram are slightly edging the possession, which is a bit of a worry again, but we have created most of the chances, although we're not getting our shots on target. And as we're coming up to half-time, nothing happened. And at the moment, it is 0-0. And although that's pretty good in terms of finishing the group, and because we will win the group if the scoreline stays the same. But I do expect better of this team. I want them to perform a little bit better. We're definitely the better team. We now have the percentage possession in our favour, and I'm not quite sure who has the free kick here. It is going to be Hiroshima with a free kick. Can we get this in? Let's pop it in to the back of the net here. Let's take the lead. It is going to be Mwali who takes the free kick. Can he bend it round the wall? He's looking for the far corner. I thought he was going to go for the near post. He went for the far corner, pulled off a great save from the goalkeeper, and at the moment it is probably one of the dullest matches of the season, and we do have a corner fired into the near post. Kaneko finds Saudi into the box, but it's easily cleared, and at the moment it is a very dour game, and neither team are looking like they could score a goal, and it's just petering out very, very tamely. I think I'm going to go and make some changes before we actually concede a goal, because this is a game that we could just as easily lose as win. It's just going to be down to who puts away a chance, and at the moment we've had the most chances, but that doesn't matter in FM. It's just, FM opposition don't really need many chances, and they are going to score. It's a great save by the goalkeeper, and I think I do need to go a little bit more attacking, try to take the game to this Buriram team before they score a goal, and they are through. The ball has actually gone out for a goal kick, and that's an indication of how poor this game is. I'm going to go and make some changes. And so I have made some changes, and I've decided to push up the pitch a little bit to put some pressure on them, to counter-attack and to counter-press, because I think, once again, we're not putting enough pressure on them. We have also Notsuta is very tired now. I need to change him as well. And so I have brought on Dai Hayashi for Notsuda, and we're still not playing very well, and in fact neither team is playing very well. I'll take a draw, but this is a bit too nervy, because if we actually lose this, I think we'll drop down into second. And so I'm going to go more balanced as we come up to the end of this game, because at the moment we're the second best team, and we have picked up the loose ball. Mwali has played it back to Nagoshi. Nagoshi needs to find support here. He dilly-dallied a little bit, almost got caught in possession. We need to win the second ball. We're not winning the second ball as well, and this is a real worry, and Buriram are looking like they are the better team, and we need to hold on here, and we're not playing very well, and we've given the ball away. There's the chance, there's the goal, and we are not going to finish as champions of our group. This is absolutely shocking. I have to go attacking now, and I'm going to berate this team. They've been very, very poor, and unfortunately it's probably going to cost us an extra game. That was Mwali. That was shocking defending, and we have been very poor. The last two games we've been very, very poor, and we've paid the price, unfortunately, and we're not going to finish on top of our group. Matsuda has picked up an injury now, unfortunately, but I can't do anything about getting him off. The chance, ball into the box, what a chance, and he's missed it. And that is how we've been playing of late. I'm really disappointed that we are not going to win our group here. And this is really disappointing, but there's a chance. Hayashi has a shot saved. There's still 4 minutes left. Can we get a goal? It's Kolka driving up the wing. Kolka looking to cross it. Finds Hayashi instead. Lovely cross to the far post. It's headed away. We've still got the ball. It's Muali. Finds Fuji. Fuji looking back for Ito. Come on, boys. We need something here. Fuji is robbed. Fuji still has the ball. One pass. That's all it will take. Fuji driving up the wing from centre back. Gets a cross in. What a chance. It's cleared. It's not going to be our day. We've not been good enough, and Buriram are going to score here on the counter-attack. They are taking us apart today, and it is now going to be the penalty. The referee is pointing to the spot. This is an absolute disaster to finish off our final games of the season. We were not good enough against Shonan. We were lucky to win that. We have now only finished in second, I think, in the Champions League group. Buriram have put us away, and this has not been good enough. And these boys will be told that at the full-time whistle. We're a better team than Buriram, but we've just let them beat us, and I don't quite know what's going to happen now. Buriram now, as you can see, have gone above us because it's a 2-0 scoreline and we only beat them by a 1-0. And we have finished second in the group, and that is not acceptable. And I'm going to say I'm embarrassed by that absolute shock of a performance. It was dreadful, and I'm not happy at all. We've got an injury with Toshima. We have qualified, as you can see, for the second round. But what happens next, I don't know. We have to have a look at the schedule right now. Nothing has been set in stone at the moment. I'm going to play ahead and find out what happens. I'll be right back. And so this game keeps surprising me. And we have got news of the second round of the Champions League. And in the Champions League draw, we will be playing C. Osaka in the second round. As it says, Hiroshima will play C. Osaka in the Asian Champions League second round. And that will not take place until the 11th of February. And I thought it might happen during the summer break, but it's not going to. We have to wait to play the following rounds until we are back after the transfer window has closed and the new season begins. And so it's going to be a very, very busy start to the new season. We will be back with all the news that we have. I'm still trying to work out what is going on here, but we'll be back with our first games of the brand new season. We're not planning to move anywhere at this point. I want to win the Champions League one day in Asia. And that's it for this video. If you are brand new to the channel, you like FM content, love to see people suffer playing this game, then I can tell you, you are in the right place. So why not hit that like button, give us a big like, spread the love, and then if you like, subscribe, and then hit the bell, and you'll be notified when we upload new videos. And all that remains to be said now is stay safe, take care, and we'll see you in the next episode.